everyone, and welcome to our webinar. I'm Casey Talley, Director of Team Member Relations, and we are so excited to have you with us. In this session, we are going to show you how to turn your first-time Trimsulin buyers into loyal customers. We're going to show you how to follow a simple 30-day system that gets results. You're going to know exactly what to say and when to say it. And we're going to show you how to keep your customers engaged, supported, and reordering. But before we get started, I just wanted to share my story for those of you who don't know me. For over half of my life, I struggled with my weight and just constantly being stuck in that negative mindset and that negative cycle of starting over and over. But now, thanks to Trimsulin, I've lost over 100 pounds. So for those of you who are out there and you feel stuck and like you can't do it, you can. You just have to change your mindset, use the products, follow the system, and use the tools that we provide to you, and you can do it too. So with that being said, I'm now excited to turn this webinar over to Presidential Director Lawana Green, who is absolutely amazing and not only has a story of her own that you're going to hear, but she is going to tell you how she creates loyal customers and sets them up for long-term success. So Lawana, welcome to the webinar. Let's get started.
It's truly an honor to be here today. And y'all, I'm blessed to be a product of the mission of First Fitness Nutrition, which is changing lives both physically and financially. I came to First Fitness over 13 years ago in health crisis. I was obese. I was on a ton of medication. I was insulin dependent. I felt hopeless and desperate. And First Fitness Nutrition saved my life. These products allow me to lose 88 pounds and completely transform my health. Today, I live in healthy freedom and I no longer require any prescription medication. And y'all, those results provided an opportunity for me to simply share my story and offer that same hope to others. And that's how business found me. And I became passionate about helping others lose weight, gain health, and everything was fantastic and wonderful. And then life kicked me in the teeth, like it often will, right? My husband, in 4 very short months, went from working full time to not being able to walk without assistance. He was no longer able to provide for our family. And my part-time little side hustle suddenly became our lifeline. And First Fitness is how I was able to provide for our family. And I was able to do that while being at home with my family. My husband needed a full-time caregiver, and that was me. We got to homeschool my daughter for 4 years and make incredible memories. We were able to buy a new home. It allowed us to stop living paycheck to paycheck. And y'all, I have traveled the world with First Fitness. I've walked the beaches of Jamaica. I've eaten ravioli in Rome. Those are things that never would have been possible without First Fitness Nutrition. And I am truly, truly grateful. But you know what? That is enough about me. I could sit here and talk all day about how First Fitness has changed my life. But let's get into the real reason we're here and something I am so super passionate about, and that is creating loyal customers. Y'all, I love the phrasing hook, sell, educate. And we hook them, right? We hook our customers with those stories, with the before and after photos. We hook them with our brochures and videos. We hook them with what Trimsulin is, right? And with a legacy company. We've been in business since 1989. Y'all, we hook them with hope and guaranteed results. And then we make a sale. So we've got the customer, we do our happy dance, we celebrate, we're done, right? Absolutely not. Now, getting a customer is not the finish line. That is the starting point. Long-term success comes from loyal customers. And loyal customers are those customers who buy over and over again. That's called retention. And retention creates stability, consistency, and growth. We don't want them to buy and fly. We want them to stick and stay. We want them to buy again, to stay connected to us and connected to their goals, right? And when that happens, they refer others naturally. So why do loyal customers stay? Well, this is where coaching enters the chat, right? So customers tend to stay when they have helped to use the products as recommended, use them consistently, understand the real value of what they have, see you as added value in their lives, and to feel emotionally connected. That is the loyalty formula. But all of this starts with how you coach your customers. Now let's talk about this coaching thing for a minute, right? We are all consumers, so we can put ourselves in our customers' shoes, right? A few weeks ago, I was shopping. I wanted to get my husband a watch, and the process was a bit overwhelming. There were tons of options, and I had questions. So I asked the sales rep to just come over and give me some guidance. Well, she approached me with a nasty attitude, and then she proceeded to tell me that I could read and figure it all out on my own. Yeah, those were her words. Needless to say, I left and took my business elsewhere. I say this because first impressions matter. But y'all, we are not simply sales reps, we're coaches, and that is a partnership. Coaching builds confidence from day one, confidence for our customers that they can do this, right? And it also builds our confidence as we guide them through their programs. Coaching offers clear direction, and that clear direction is going to lead to better results for our customers and higher retention for us. So coached customers are more likely to stay. Now, when it comes to coaching, it's so important that we stay connected. And, we have businesses that have team members and customers. And I think sometimes we tend to put a little bit more value on our team members. And I want to encourage us to realize that they are equally important. We need both to have a successful First Fitness business, right? And so it's important that we serve them equally, that we stay in touch. And we want our communication to be simple and consistent. We don't want to overwhelm them. And we want to be consistent to where they know that we truly are there for them and we really care. Then we want to keep it fun, right? We want to celebrate progress, both on the scale and off the scale. Help them to see that those non-scale victories are important too. You can create simple challenges. This could be something as simple as encouraging them to try a new vegetable or having them try the 16-8 fasting option for a few days, just to keep things, shaken up and having fun. You can even do small group challenges. Let's think outside the box and be creative to build community and connection. Guys, we don't have to be perfect, just present. And people stay where they feel supported, valued, and connected. Now let's move into our Trimsulin Customer Follow-Up Program. Guys, I've done this for a while, right? And some of the things that I hear the most when it comes to coaching and follow-up is, I don't want to bother anyone. They know what to do. They'll call me if they need help. Or I'll hear, I can't do what you do. I'm so shy. I don't feel comfortable. I don't think I could, perform well enough to be a coach, right? Well, I want to ease your mind here. Okay. And I kind of get it. I'll never be able to do a presentation like Nigel. I will never be able to tell the story like Keith Bevan, but I don't have to. Here's the truth. People do not duplicate. Systems duplicate. And as long as we are following a system, then we are on the right track. And First Fitness provides a simple, duplicatable follow-up system that helps our customers have success in their first 30 days. So all you have to worry about is following a simple system. The system supports our customers and they feel engaged when they know what's coming next. They feel supported and the system feels simple. No surprises, a supportive atmosphere, simple steps. And there are 3 elements to our follow-up system. We have the printed follow-up form, we have mobile app messaging, and we have coaching training document. Now, these are 3 different methods, right? But it's the same flow, same language, same results. It's our system. And this is what this looks like. So we have the printed follow-up program document, and we have the mobile app messaging, and we have this coaching guide. I want to share with you that, this follow-up program form is going to actually be a schedule for follow-up, right? It's going to have the questions that we ask. And then we have the mobile app messaging. That program is simply supporting that document. And then the coaching guide is what aligns everyone. This gives us the languaging so that we're saying the same things. And so when we are all following those tools, even though the tools are different, it's still the same system. And when we follow it consistently, it works. Now, there are 2 ways that we can coach our customers: in person or by phone, meaning a literal phone call, right? And mobile app messaging. This is not an either or. Okay, the mobile app messaging is not designed to take the place of in-person coaching. It's simply a tool to help support that process. We are in the digital age. Everything is about technology. And, most ways I love to communicate are through text messages. I have a kid. I really only communicate with him through Facebook Messenger. And so I get the need for that. And it is a phenomenal tool. But it truly is just a support system for the in-person coaching. It gives us more options and better flexibility for those who maybe work odd schedules, or if there's someone who's really, really not that great at being on the phone, then we have this in place where we can serve those as well. Remember, we want to serve them and meet their needs where they are the best way that we possibly can. Now, let's talk for a second about the expectations and the role of a coach, right? This is not about lecturing people. We don't want to overcoach them. We don't want to in any way fuss at them, even though sometimes we might want to. That's not what we want to do. We are here to guide and encourage them, right? So we want to keep our check-ins short, just 1 to 3 minutes. We want to ask questions first before giving advice, and certainly don't want to make any assumptions, right? We want to stay encouraging and consistent with our follow-up schedule. That way we can keep them moving forward in their progress. So let's talk about this customer follow-up program. This is a wonderful document. It is in office to office. This is actually whether you are going to be coaching in person or by phone, it doesn't matter. We do recommend that you print the front side of that page for every single customer. This is going to allow you to have their information handy. It's going to make sure that you're able to track their progress and their results so that you can celebrate those wins with them. And it's also going to keep you on track and consistent with your follow-up. So we are going to walk through this now. And y'all, this document is so simple that you don't even need me to tell you how to fill it out, right? But I'm a good coach, so I'm gonna. So here at the top, you will see just the basic information: name, phone number, email. And then take a look here. It says best time to call or text. They're going to tell you what the best way to communicate with them and the best time for that. Okay, so for those who I've heard say, I don't want to bother anyone, right? Or they'll call me if they need me. You can relax because they have now given you permission to call them, and they've given you the best time to do so. So you don't have to worry about bothering anyone. Next, we have the section on the products that they purchased. And so you can fill that information out. And if someone, I really love this because if someone comes in and they just order Trimsulin and maybe they want to jumpstart their results, a little bit later down the road, then we can look back and say, okay, well, they're not using our shakes. So we can, let them know that they have that option to add into their program to get even more results. We also have our starting date, their starting weight and their weight loss goal, and if they're going to follow one of the fasting plans or not. And then we have the actual follow-up schedule, days 1, 4, 7, 14, 21, and 30. We have a place where you can record their weight and inch loss to help track their progress for them. And what I do is I let my customers know that I'm available to them whenever they need me. If they have questions or concerns, they can reach out to me anytime. But for sure, on these 6 days, we're going to be in communication so that we can make sure that they are getting maximum results. And next, we have the getting started section. Okay, so this is probably the most important conversation you'll have with your customer. This will take place before day 1. And the purpose of this is to prepare them to start correctly. One of the things we don't want is for them to start without us or to get off on the wrong foot, right? And so I do encourage that this is, if at all possible, in person or an actual phone call. And if you find that, you're having trouble with someone, right, that may not want to talk to you on the phone, we need to remember that people know what they want, but we know what they need, right? So we have to find creative ways to help them want what they need. And so some things that you could say is, when your product arrives, I want you to call me so that together you and I can find the top 3 foods that will keep your body in fat burning mode. And in their mind, they think, oh my gosh, I want to be in fat burning mode, right? And so that's going to make them want to reach out to you. And so during that conversation, you're going to cover the quick start video, which is a phenomenal tool to help them get started strong. I'm so grateful to have that resource. Our healthy eating guide, you're going to go through the intermittent fasting. You're going to talk about the product usage and the importance of hydration, and also help them set their first short-term goal. So let's watch the Trimsulin quick start video together now.
Welcome to the Trimsulin Weight Loss Program, the world's first plant-based GLP-1 weight loss solution. Over the next few minutes, we'll show you exactly how to use the products, make healthy food choices, and the importance of intermittent fasting. Hi, I'm Casey Branson, and I'm here to walk you through a few simple steps to get the best results possible on your weight loss journey. After 16 years of struggling with my weight and self-worth, I finally said yes to myself and yes to Trimsulin. I've lost over 100 pounds, so whether your goal is to lose 10 pounds or 100, feel more confident, or take back control of your health, you're in the right place. Let's take a look at what's inside your program. The Trimsulin program is simple, effective, and built around 4 core elements that work together to help you get real results. The first product is Control, and it helps curb your appetite, reduce cravings, and creates a feeling of fullness. Then the second product is Thermo, which promotes fat burning, enhances your metabolism, and increases your energy and focus. Then the third product is Renew, and it helps reduce bloating, flattens your stomach, and supports gut health. It also enhances nutrient absorption. Then there's your Healthy Eating Guide, and it's designed to help you create better habits one meal at a time. Healthy eating doesn't have to be complicated. We focus on wholesome food choices paired with intermittent fasting. This approach helps you create better habits by choosing clean foods like lean proteins, vegetables, smart carbs, fruits, and healthy fats. It's easy to follow even with a busy lifestyle. Let's talk about your daily routine. We recommend following an intermittent fasting plan to help you enhance your results. Intermittent fasting works by narrowing your eating window, which gives your body longer breaks between meals. That break helps your body burn fat more efficiently, balances blood sugar levels, and reduces cravings. So before you start taking your products, it's important to choose your eating schedule. There are 3 options to choose from. There's the 16-8 plan, which is the one that I personally follow, and that's where you eat 2 meals within an 8-hour window and you fast for 16 hours. Then there's the 14-10 plan, where you eat 2 to 3 meals in a 10-hour eating window with a 14-hour fast, or simply no fasting. You just eat 3 balanced meals throughout the day. So if you're new to intermittent fasting, don't worry. It simply means eating during a set window and allowing your body time to rest, digest, and shift into fat burning mode. Intermittent fasting is a simple approach that works hand in hand with Trimsulin and helps your body do what it was designed to do, which is burn fat and feel better. And yes, during your fasting window, you can enjoy any beverage listed in your Healthy Eating Guide, like coffee, tea, water, or any First Fitness beverage. These will keep you hydrated and help support your results without breaking your fast. Once you've chosen your eating plan, you will take Control and Thermo 30 to 60 minutes before your first and last meals of the day. You'll mix 1 scoop of Control into 4 to 6 ounces of water and take 1 Thermo capsule at the same time. Then you'll start and end your days with Renew. Just take 1 capsule in the morning and 1 at bedtime with a glass of water. Now, when it comes to meals, focus on making simple, nourishing choices. For each meal, you'll have 2 simple options to choose from. There's option A, which is a body effect shake paired with fruit, vegetables, or a salad and vegetables. It's the perfect meal, and they are very delicious. Then there's option B, a balanced meal that includes a lean protein, a healthy carbohydrate, vegetables, and a fruit, or you can swap the fruit for a salad if you prefer. Both options are designed to keep you satisfied, energized, and on track with your results. You can always enjoy a healthy snack about 2 to 3 hours in between meals. One of my go-to snack options is Trimsulin, and that is our fat and cellulite fighter. It helps curb your cravings in between meals and supports lean muscle tissue while losing weight. We recommend starting Trimsulin on day 7. Always refer to your guide for approved healthy food choices. And here's a few tips to accelerate your results. For extra appetite control, add a 1/3 serving of Control and Thermo about 4 hours apart. Then simply choose option A for at least 1 meal a day, because the Body Effect Shake is a perfectly balanced meal that provides protein, fiber, key nutrients to keep you full and energized. Here's a few healthy habits to set yourself up for long-term success. Be consistent and stay committed. Use the products every day. Be sure to avoid fried and processed foods, sweets, and late-night snacks. Stay hydrated and drink plenty of water. And get your body moving for at least 30 minutes each day. And yes, even walking counts. Be sure to track your progress, weigh yourself weekly, and remember, progress isn't just about the scale. Celebrate your victories, even the small ones. You are worth celebrating. We believe in you. Make the decision to say yes to yourself. It's choosing to put yourself first no matter what. One choice at a time adds up. Start small, start today. You've got this.
Isn't that awesome? Now, your customers will be able to access the Quick Start video by scanning the QR code, which is found on their Healthy Eating Guide. I found that some of my customers, even after watching the Quick Start video, still need a little more clarification on intermittent fasting. And so you can share with them, what that is, the value of intermittent fasting, and help them make, a decision that fits for them. So what we do recommend is, we have a 14-10 or a 16-8. You start them out on that 14-10 and then move them to the 16-8 as they feel more comfortable. The most important thing here is that their program feels manageable and so that they continue to feel successful. And next, we're going to help them set a short-term weight loss goal. These can work better and help keep people motivated because the big goal might seem a bit overwhelming. So there's a simple 10% rule that you can follow. You will start with the current weight, and then the first goal is 10% of that number. Okay, so let's say someone has a goal to lose 50 pounds and their current weight is 200. You're going to make that short-term goal of 10%, which is going to be 20 pounds. And when they reach that, their new weight will be 180. And so then once they've reached that new goal, you'll simply reset and repeat that process until the long-term goal is reached. So now getting started is taking place, right? It's time for the follow-up. And we start that follow-up process on day 1. Now you may wonder, why would we do that? They have no results yet. They're just getting started. Exactly. We're confirming that they did get started, right? We want to make sure that they started the day that they said they were, that they weighed and measured. I encourage them to take photos and, just make sure that if they, don't have any odd things, odd questions. If so, answer them, maybe say, hey, how about that control? It tastes amazing, right? And just continue to encourage them and let them know that they've made a great decision and that you're here for them and that you will reconnect with them on day 4. Now, day 4 is simply a quick check-in. The purpose of this is just to confirm that everything is going well. You're going to ask you, how are you feeling so far? And the purpose of this truly is because if there are any hiccups or bumps in the road, right, or any challenges that they face, typically those are going to happen within the first 3 days. So on day 4, we're able to come in, make sure that they're on track, remind them the importance of staying hydrated, remind them about their fasting, that it should feel manageable, and you can make any tweaks or adjustments to their program at that time so that they can continue to have success. And then let them know you'll talk to them again on day 7. Day 7 is the first progress conversation. So you're going to, ask how they're doing, and here you are going to ask about their weight. If they've lost any weight yet, or have they noticed any changes in the way they feel or how their clothes fit, or food noise, or energy, or sleep, anything that you can come up with to help them find a win early on, right? Because those wins are going to keep them motivated. And we really want to help them to see that non-scale victories are so important. Even whenever the scale's not moving, things are happening within their body. And so celebrate those wins with them. And then we're going to check in again on day 14. It's very similar to day 7. This is the midpoint accountability. How are you feeling? How much weight have you lost so far? Make any adjustments. This is not pressure. This is simply just coaching through, building a relationship, letting them know you're here. And by this time, things are starting to happen and they're getting excited. And then we have day 21. Now, this call is an important call. This is a reorder check-in. And so the purpose of this is really to celebrate the success and maintain momentum. And guys, what I love about this, and I promised you this was a simple system, right? This program gives us the words to use, right? So you don't have to make any of this up. It's provided for you. That's why it's a duplicatable system. That's why you don't have to have any fear. You just simply go on what these words say. We're all speaking the same language, saying the same words, and having amazing results. Tell me the good news. How many pounds and inches have you lost so far? Celebrate that success. And then say, you know what, to keep your progress going, let's talk about continuing with what's working. And you have options to consider. People love to have options, right? And so if, depending on how they've ordered, if they've ordered as a retail customer, they can continue to order, as they need and continue their weight loss results. But if they are not a VIP, this is when you can definitely share with them the benefits of being a VIP customer, that they get free shipping and they earn 20% back in reward points. And those can be redeemed for free products. Everyone loves free stuff, but y'all, our loyal customers should be VIP customers. They deserve those savings. And so I want to encourage you to really help them see the value in that program. And then you can share with them that as a team member, they could get a 20% discount and earn income when they share the results with others. Whatever they choose, help them with that. If you need to help them order, help them get that done. If they need to think about it, whatever they decide, perfect. We'll do your next weigh-in on day 30, right? We let them make the decisions. And then we have day 30. This is the 1 month wrap up, and this is when we start to plan for month 2, which is so exciting. You're going to celebrate their progress. We're going to help them set their goals for month 2. And, the words here would be congratulations. How much weight have you lost so far? You made it to day 30. It's incredible. It's fantastic. Let's keep the momentum going strong in month 2, right? I'm so proud of you, and I'm here to support you weekly in your next 30 days as well. So we've let them know that we're proud of them. They're doing great. They're on track. And you know what? We are not leaving you behind. This is not a one and done. We are truly a partnership, and we're going to be here to support you all the way through. And if they haven't reordered, that'll be a good time to go back and revisit those order options that we spoke to them about on day 21. So why is coaching and follow-up important? Well, we've all heard the phrasing that the fortune is in the follow-up, right? Number one, if you're not coaching and following up with your customers, chances are they're going to quit. They really do need the help and the accountability just to make sure that they are doing things, in the right way and they want to feel supported and to be a part of something, right? And there's nothing more incredible than walking along someone as their lives are transforming physically. And then that follow-up process can lead to a loyal customer becoming a business builder. I know many of the business builders in First Fitness, they started as loyal customers. I'm one of them, right? And so it's a great way to transition that. Loyal customers, they try the products, they get those results. That's going to build belief. That belief builds excitement, and they share their experiences with others. And that makes them open to exploring the First Fitness opportunity. And whenever we are coaching them well, we're a true partnership. We are building those friendships, those business conversations, they just happen organically. And I can tell you, loyal customers truly do make the absolute best team members. So in closing, I want to let you know that what we just discussed with the Trimsulin Customer Follow-Up Program is available in our mobile app, Office Power Plus. You can simply scan the QR code to install the app, and then once they're in the registration, you're simply going to enter the ID of 190 or First Fitness Nutrition to register. And team, I really thank you for your time today. I hope I added some value. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Luana, as always, you are amazing. Thank you so much for that incredible training and sharing more detail about our customer follow-up and coaching guide. And team, we have these tools available for you in the back office. Once you're logged in, you're going to click on training and tools, then select product training, then click on weight loss. We want to make sure you have everything you need to be successful and to help your customers get the best results possible. So we want to thank you again for joining us, and we will talk to you next week. Goodbye, everyone.